Boy, oh boy, do I get proven wrong every now and again. And it was also very narrowly that I got proven wrong. Because the fight of Oliveira versus Sarukian told me two things. That Charles Oliveira is probably starting to hit his father time era. He's probably going to have a few wins in there, but I think it's safe to say that the championship days are starting to be in the past. He's still got value in the company. He could still be a gatekeeper. Maybe Charles Oliveira versus Benoit Saint Denis might be a little bit of a toss-up, but Oliveira is obviously a little bit better than Poirier, so he could probably beat Benoit. But I feel like Benoit is going to really want to come back better. I think eventually that fight could happen. But even then, I feel like we're kind of setting up Oliveira. That's the thing with these divisions. You like all these guys, and you don't want to see any of them lose, but eventually one guy has to get in the octagon, and only one's getting their hand raised. Because I don't... That's the hard part about being a fan of this sport. I don't wish for anyone to just get hurt or anything like that, even though that's the whole objective of the sport, because these guys are such legends. However, the second truth is that I think Islam is still head and shoulders above everybody else. Oliveira is that perfect number one contender, and we all saw what Islam did to Oliveira. The only guy that came close to giving Islam problems and probably woke him up to the point where he is human was Volkanovski, and I think Volkanovski would have destroyed Oliveira, to be honest. I just feel like at 155, it's almost time to call it in. And Islam's going to want to face Sarukian again. It's just going to be that thing where we're going to see Makhachev take on Dustin Poirier, most likely win. I know that the marketing build-up to that fight is going to be that Dustin Poirier is going in one last time for a title shot, and can miracles happen? But I just don't think that's a miracle that's going to go down. Now what I do believe is that Islam's going to win that fight against Poirier, get his toe in the water again, get a little bit of momentum. I don't know if he's going to take that much damage, but if I'm right and he beats Poirier, he's going to want to rematch Sarukian, because Sarukian has more than earned a title shot at this point. And then after he defeats Sarukian, up to 170. But I see a lot of cope on my team of Charles Oliveira, where basically Charles Oliveira, the fans are saying he was robbed. I was rooting for Oliveira in that fight. I don't think he was. Now, yes, round 1 was his. But rounds 2 and 3, definitely Sarukian. And I like jiu-jitsu. I've competed in it as a sport. So it's always going to be there in my heart, right? But that bottom guard game in MMA is such a liability, because you can't just lay on your back and hope submissions are coming. Tony Ferguson made that look stylish against Kevin Lee, but Kevin Lee's fight IQ had holes in it, if you know what I'm talking about. Arman Sarukian's counter to the close guard doesn't have holes in it. It's the opposite of Swiss cheese. And he just knew what to do. A lot of these guys from Russia and Georgia and Armenia, I think that's what it's called. I probably screwed that up. But the Armenians, right? Let me look this up on the phone. I'm doing this live on the thing, by the way. I want to make sure I'm educated. Yeah, Armenia. I think that it's just safe to say that these guys in their top game with their judo and everything, it's going to give jiu-jitsu even more problems than it's having in MMA. So, no, I'm not being salty. I think that it was a fair call. But that's like the thing is the whole jiu-jitsu age is very questionable now. Now, every now and again, we might see some people with really good jiu-jitsu, because you might have fighters that don't have the attributes that guys like Ilia Topuria have, or the guys like Merab Dvalishvili have. But to the people who have broken through that threshold, it feels like jiu-jitsu is not going to be enough to take guys like that out. The Armenians, the Georgians, the Spanish, I think that, well, it's the same thing. Dagestan, those guys just know too much for the highest level of jiu-jitsu to work on them. But I know that since Oliveira's prime is closing out, and he's definitely got a few hurrahs left, I just want to say thanks, man. I know that title contention is very questionable right now. I know that us fight fans are going to give up on your dreams before you do. It's a sad reality. Sometimes fighters are just too tough for their own good, which could be a double-edged sword. But I really do wish you a good comeback, a good rest of the career, and I will be tuning in to see you fight because you did hang in there. I don't really think anything said you had trouble of being finished, just outpointed. So you still got a lot of tread in the tires. Maybe a good matchup might be Oliveira versus Benoit Saint-Denis. I know Benoit's going to want to make a statement soon. Or even Matt Frivola. You want to get a bounce back? But that'll happen in time. But that's all I got to say. Love the fight. Didn't really go my predictions way, but yes, I will see y'all later, and peace out.